Hey, I'm Steve with one of the race organizers with Cannonball Cross, and we are so excited to bring our sixth annual Cannonball Cross here to East Park in Mason City. We got 230, 240 racers from kind of just all around the Midwest area that are joining us today, and it's been a hot one, but it's been great. We set up the course yesterday. It's a long course. It's probably 1.8 mile course. It's bumpy. It's got a lot of different features to it, and all the racers seem to really enjoy it. So we're happy to be here. We're happy to keep this race going, and love seeing all the support from all the other racers.
On Labor Day weekend, East Park and Mason City played host to the 2023 Cannonball Cross race. Cyclocross is a mix of bike racing, steeplechase, and a running race all mixed into a heart rate redlining event. Racers compete in different ability and age categories, with each race ranging from 30 minutes to sometimes over an hour. Splash Printing Company has had the pleasure of working with race organizers over the past few years to create signage, apparel, and rider awards. We spent some time in East Park speaking to the organizers, officials, and racers about this year's event.
So as everyone comes back, we have to record numbers so that we know how many laps everyone's done. So anytime a rider comes past that's not on the lap previous, then we know that they've been lapped, and that just helps us with our final scoring. But my main job today isn't actually scoring, it's keeping the rules in order and starting and finishing races. Michael is doing the scoring and actual final calculation of laps, and then finish order for the riders. So at any race there's a chief judge and a chief ref. I'm chief ref today, he's chief judge. But for a race like this, where it's timed, we have to calculate lap time. So first time around they did a 6:58 lap, but it's actually a shorter lap because of the way that they start. So they start about a quarter of the way into the lap already, and then they do 3/4 of a lap, and then they do full laps following that. So their actual lap time will be over 7 minutes, and we'll wait for them to do another full lap. They just finished the 3/4 starting lap, and then they'll do a full lap now, and based on that time, we'll calculate how many laps they have left.
How do you think the course is as far as like condition and the layout?
Condition is great. East Park is bumpy. And I've already heard so many comments about how bumpy it is. But it's fairly fast. The ground is fairly fast, other than being bumpy, because it's still hard. But Dave does a great job designing a course that has good power sections, but also incorporates a lot of technical stuff. Plus we have some interesting stuff that a lot of races don't get to have. Like we have the stairs that they built. We got Dutch letters over there and a regular downhill chicane on that side. So there's plenty of like interesting parts of the course that aren't just fast grassy sections. And that's hard to do and make a good course in the Midwest, where you don't have different ground types and sand and mud and fun stuff.
You're right, the terrain changes from grass to gravel to pavement.
Yep.
So they've got all kinds of things to race on here.
Yeah.
Awesome thing about East Park is it has a lot of terrain changes. There's no really big climbs of that, but as you go up and down the side of the hill, definitely puts in some effort. And then we do have the sharp sledding hill, which is definitely a feature that works very well. And then Cross is about bike handling ability, and so we threw in off-camber chicane that's fairly difficult to do if you're not practicing it. Definitely a bike handling skill. And then also over on the Kentucky side, we threw in some quick up and down off camber stuff. Like I say, cyclocross is all about bike handling and speed. You need both of them to do really well. So, and East Park just really works out well. Plus having all the trees gives us some shade, so you're not always out in the exposed. So, yeah, East Park is just wonderful, and the city's awesome, letting us use the park. So.
No, this is, we decided to come up here last minute. We were supposed to be in Utah at a van expo this weekend and got to Omaha and decided we didn't want to do 30 hours in the car back and forth for like 24 hours in Utah. So we signed up with 3 minutes to go, went back home, grabbed the bikes, come up here, and now we're on our second day here. Always a great course. You always double think end of August, early September, it's too hot. And coming off like a gravel heart rate kind of, and then going and being pegged for 40 minutes here. I mean, it's usually an eye-opener. I'm not racing with that kind of intensity, but you just kind of race yourself into shape. It's cool. This race brings South Dakota and Minnesotans too. We're from Ankeny, Des Moines area. Don't get a whole lot of Minnesota and South Dakota folks coming down. So it's really cool to race against a whole different field here of people, from at least 3 different states. I see Kansas, Sunflowers out here too from Kansas. They don't have a race down in Kansas this weekend, so they made the trip up here, their first time here, and they're loving it. The guy from Donkey Label, I talked to him about all his apparel, and it's cool to see his first time here too. So him and his family and his boys, they're all racing. So yeah, it's anywhere from Strider races all the way to Brandon Leachy at 65 plus. It's a sport for everybody and great to spectate too. Iowa scene. Cross, we lost a couple cross races this year, but according to the participation here, it looks like we've got a pretty good thing going. Spooky Cross, you got Iowa City Cross. Bobbers isn't happening this year, but Iowa's got a real good scene. A lot of people go up to Trek Cup, Waterloo. That's kind of taking the place of Jingle Cross for a lot of the big races that folks used to like to go see. Gravel's still hot, super hot around all over the place. I hear there might be a rumor of a gravel race on Labor Day next year around here, which will be very, very cool. Work that into the scene. And then talking with Matt about all the mountain bike races, all the state grants and everything getting for the mountain bike trails here, like $6 million in funding, which will be very, very cool for Mason City. They've always done a great job with the grant and the funding, and that North Iowa spin group. Spent a lot of time up at Line Creek during the winter around here. It's just a place I like to ride, but no, been promoting Iowa for a long time with cycling. It's a good place. We're under the radar a lot. No mountains or oceans, but yeah, we got cool spots to ride and some cool people.
Hi, I'm Jason Scholbrock. I'm from Des Moines, Iowa, and I'm on the Bike Iowa racing team. Today we're at Cannonball Cross in Mason City, Iowa. A beautiful day, other than a few gnat friends flying around, but came out here to race the single speed race today. It was a lot of fun. It's a very fun, challenging course. Cyclocross is really hard. It's very intense. It's kind of like running cross country or something, but on a bike. You have to get off your bike sometimes and run over obstacles, and yeah, they do a nice job with this course here. It's fast and fun and challenging, technical. It's a good time. Put on a good show here.
Hey, I'm Chris Adams. I race for Sugar Bottom Bikes out of North Liberty. I'm from Cedar Falls. We're here in Mason City for Cannonball. I raced 3-4s yesterday and today. I took the W in both races. Yesterday had some ground time, we'll say. A couple crashes, one drop chain. Today went much better, but today was definitely a harder race, stiffer competition. But yeah, it was good. I think the course runs well both directions, which is sometimes a rarity in some of our cross races in Iowa, but it's really, really good both directions here. I appreciate Sundays because I don't have to run up the stairs because I hate running. So they added a lot more twists and turns, so it kind of gave me some Oakley nightcap vibes. Had a great time. Love this race. Love being here.
Got a beer?
I don't. I got water.
No, he doesn't get one. He had to make the hill.
Maybe I can buy some spicy chips.
Yeah. Originally from Mason. Cancel all that. I hate it.